I'm not changing the calendar just yet. Welcome to Monday morning, guys. This is my weekly vlog series where I just talk about whatever's going on in gaming, things that are happening in my personal life, all of that good stuff. This week's special because I got the opportunity to participate in the Shadows over Innistrad pre-release. For those of you who don't know, Shadows over Innistrad is the newest set to be released for Magic the Gathering. It's a card game. It's a draft series tournament, very tournament-like, in which the goal is to just play with the cards and get used to them before they're actually released, so that you can understand how they would work in draft and test out different mechanics and things like that. So I got to participate in the Shadows over Innistrad pre-release. The pre-release gave us this very cool box that's meant to hold our cards, but is modeled after Tamiyo's journal. This is pretty cool. I saw this. I was like, this would be pretty. It'd be a pretty cool collector's item to have. So I got Tamiyo's journal. Now, what came in the box? There were 6 booster packs, and it was a sealed draft. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, sealed means you're given 6 booster packs, and your job is to open up the packs and build a deck that you can use to compete against other people who are doing the very same thing. And we played 4 games. Sometimes we'll play 5 if there's enough, but we played 4 rounds, and I actually built 2 decks using all the cards that came in my pack. There's 15 cards in each pack, and you need to build a deck that has at least 40 cards. I had enough to where I can build 2 decks using different colors. So the first deck, let's see. I'll talk about the main cards that I use to play and to win. My first deck was actually red-white. So one of the biggest cards that did all the work was Breakneck Rider. Breakneck Rider is a human werewolf, human scout werewolf. It costs 3 mana, 2 of which have to be red, and it's a 3/3. And the werewolf transforms. I'm sorry, he's a human werewolf. On one point, he transforms into a normal werewolf, regular werewolf, that increases the attack of all my creatures they're attacking, and it gives them trample, so it makes them a lot bigger when they decide to attack, and he gets bigger as well. I had no idea, but this card's actually pretty good. He's a problem if you can fill up the board and do a lot of attacking. I didn't realize it until halfway through my first round that it has the exact same cost as a werewolf from when we were last on the Innistrad plane. This takes place on a plane called Innistrad. I didn't realize it cost the exact same thing, and it was more or less doing the same job. And then I realized, I was like, oh yeah, it's go time. Another card, Dauntless Cathar. I actually had 2 of these in the deck. Dauntless Cathar is a 3/2 creature that costs 2 mana and 1 white mana. It's decent by itself. It's a 3/2. But when it dies, what you can do is you can take its body and exile it from the game, and you can get a spirit creature token, which has flying, which means that it's not going to be as easy to block, or you're going to have to specialize in blocking it some way or another. Actually, I had 2 of these in the deck, so it was pretty easy to do. Next, I had Vessel of Ephemeria, enchantment. 1 in the white to play it. It's an enchantment, and for 3 mana, one of which is white, you can sacrifice it to get 2 spirits. So it's doing the same job. It's doing the same job creating spirit tokens to flood the board. And then combine that with my boy Breakneck Rider. It's going to be big. It's going to be big. My turn 4 condition was Voldaren Duelist. Voldaren Duelist normally came out whenever an opponent had tapped everything but 1 creature and needed that one to block whatever 1 creature I had. Voldaren Duelist is a 3/2 vampire that costs 3 in a red, and it has haste. So that means when you play it, it can attack that turn. And it also has, when it enters the battlefield, target creature can't block this turn. So what that's doing is that's getting rid of a possible blocker, and it's also creating another attacker. So I got 2 creatures going in for damage, and most likely Voldaren's the bigger one. But still, that's 2 creatures that'll be doing work. And then next turn, leaves the opponent kind of scared, don't know what to do. That's when I follow up with, and actually I didn't pull it out of my pile of cards that I didn't use. Let me see. Ooh, making a mess. Make it a mess. Magmatic Chasm. That's the card. Magmatic Chasm. is the follow-up for Voldaran Duelist. Basically, it makes it so that non-flying creatures can't block. So again, Voldaran's making it so one creature can't block, and then next turn I follow up with two creatures that can attack, as well as no blockers on that side. Because after Voldaran has done his job, the opponent's kind of worried, kind of like, oh, probably need to leave some blockers. That's when you hit him with the Magmatic Chasm and do some real damage. And lastly, I had Puncturing Light. Puncturing Light was ultimately, I think it was the only removal that I had for red-white altogether. Now that I think about it, it's an instant that costs 1 in the white, and it destroys target attacking or blocking creature with power 3 or less. There were ultimately, since it's limited, it's draft, you don't have a huge card pool, and you don't expect your bigger creatures to come out. So that's perfect for Puncturing Light. Puncturing Light more or less just says destroy target attacking or blocking creature, for all that I'm concerned. And for 2 mana, you can't complain. 2 mana, you can't complain. You just have to use it wisely. Now, how'd I do? I won my first game using both decks. I actually think I got lucky with blue-green that first time. I made like 2 misplays. And I think I got lucky there. But a win to win. So I took the win for both games in the first round. Second round, I actually had black in the red-white deck as well. Because you guys, I love I love me some Mardu. It wasn't bad, but I didn't have enough to actually support it and keep it in play. So what I did was I took the black out. The black, it was like 4 cards. It wasn't worth it. And I actually got mana screwed when it came to black. So I said I didn't draw any of these cards anyways. Let's get it out. Let's get rid of it. I actually lost that game, though. I won the first one, the first game of that round with red, white, black. But then I lost the next 2 with red, white, black. I said, okay, gotta come out. Round 3 was much better. Round 3, I won the first game flawlessly. Then the second and third game, demolished. I don't know what happened. I still know what happened. My opponent doesn't know what happened. He was scared the entire last 2 games. So I just threw it up. And in the fourth game, it was more or less a blowout because I switched back to blue-green. And blew out the opponent. So that was my pre-release. I had a great time. If you're ever interested in doing a special event with Magic, pre-release is the way to go because it takes the game, but it turns into kind of a show or an experience that you'll remember every single time. And you'll often get cool stuff like this. Also, my promo. What was my promo? I don't remember my promo. It was probably in the red-white deck. Let's see. What was my promo? My promo, yes, it was. Excuse me. My promo was Corrupted Graphstone. Enters tapped, and you choose a color of a card in the graveyard, and you add 1 mana of that color to your mana pool. So that's the normal version. And then this is my promo. I wonder if you can see it. That's my promo. It's pretty cool. Oh, it has been a long weekend. All right, so that's Monday morning this weekend. Or this week. Oh, you guys have a great day. Hope you guys enjoyed my nerd talk. I'll see you next week with more Monday mornings.